out of my head. Try to stray. Hi everybody, so I hope you're well and having the most incredible day as always. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. In today's video, I have been wanting to film this video for such a long time and I've been putting it off and it is about time I organise myself and sort myself out because I am currently in the middle of 13 book series, which is horrendous. I really thought I was in the middle of maybe 2 or 3. I counted it up and it's 13. I have a serious problem with starting series and not finishing them. So that is what today's video is about. The aim of the game is for me to do a reading vlog and get through as many series as possible. I am quite lucky in the fact that the majority of the series I've already started are kind of one book left. That wasn't English. They have one book left. So I am really close to finishing a bunch of series. So that is what we're going to be doing in today's video. And I'm very excited to kind of get through as many of these books as possible because I've really wanted to finish them for a long time. And I feel like this is a good excuse to nudge me in the right direction. So the first book we're going to be diving into is probably the least autumnal book on my TBR. And that is Hookline and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. Now, if you've been watching me for a while, you will know that I read the first book in this series, which was It Happened One Summer, maybe last July, August time, over a year ago, which is ridiculous. So I have to pick this up now, get through this book. It is my mission to finish it as soon as possible because I just need to get it off my TBR. It has been on there for far too long. And to be honest, I can't really remember what happened in the first book that much. I really enjoyed it. And I know this is in third person. I think that's why it's been putting me off, to be honest. But yeah, I am really excited to read it. It's just been one of those books that because of the sheer size of it and like the third personness of it, I've just been putting it off. So this is what we're going to be diving into first. So basically what this one is about, you've got Hannah and you've got Fox, and you essentially meet both of these characters in the first book. So you do know them relatively well. They're not just kind of brief interactions, they are in it for a little while. So yeah, you kind of have a rough idea of what they're like and their personalities and stuff. But this is their book. So I am very excited to dive in. I cannot wait. So let's go. I need to stop putting it off. Let's dive into the first book.
So comfortable, and no one seems to hold me like you do. You're so wonderful. A star could never shine as bright as you. Shine as bright as you. Even the dark days still see light. Even the birds still sing at night. Every word just comes out right when I'm with you, with you. I feel so lucky I'm...
So we are now just getting into Hookline and Sinker, and so far, granted I've not read very much of it, I don't know if I'm gonna love it as much as the first book. I absolutely loved It Happened One Summer. I really enjoyed it. I don't know, I mean, it kind of jumps in with the two characters messaging, and I think I would have loved to have seen how that come about. I think maybe it's because I took so long in reading the first one and reading this one. I think I read the first one maybe last June or July or something like that. So over a year ago. So I've left this a little bit late, but I feel like it's better late than never. I am excited to dive into it. Like I said, I just don't know if I love it as much as the first one. That's just my opinion now. So we're going to keep going and see how I get on. But yeah, we're only kind of 20 pages in, so I can't really say too much right now. But yeah, that's how I'm feeling so far. I don't know if I'm obsessed with them as like a couple yet, but yeah. I do love Tessa Bailey's writing though, so I'm hoping that I really enjoy it.
So lucky I met you. Spend my whole life waiting for someone like you, baby. And all these broken roses led to you. Spend my whole life waiting.
One thing I will say about these two characters that I do enjoy their like banter, their flirtatious banter. I really enjoy it. I think it's quite funny to read it, especially there's a scene where Hannah gets a little bit tipsy and it's just really funny, like her honesty that comes out while she's drunk is making me laugh. So I am enjoying that aspect of it, but yeah, they are really cute. So far I am thoroughly enjoying it. Is it a 5-star read? I don't think so, but it is enjoyable. So we're going to keep going and see.
Terrible things started happening when you walked away. So that's why I stay right here. 'Cause when all of my dreams seem so out of reach, you're crystal clear. You don't disappear, baby. No. So why would I unfollow you when you're the only thing unhallowed me?
So we have got to a point in the book that I am really enjoying, and it's Hannah's recent attachment to her dad. Basically, their dad died years ago, and Hannah always felt like there was no real connection between them, I suppose, but they've just found like a really nice link where Hannah finally is feeling connected to her dad, which I really, really love. So we've just got to that point in the book and I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm debating between a 3 and a 4 star at the moment. I cannot quite decide which I'm going to go for, but I am really enjoying it, and I am liking her and Fox's kind of will they, won't they kind of romance. It's kind of obvious what will happen, but I am enjoying it. So yeah, just thought I'd come and update you guys. I'm loving it, and I really like that part of the story. So we are nearing the end of the book, and we are getting to a point where we have just found out that Hannah's boss actually likes her now that she doesn't like him anymore. So if you haven't read the first book, Hannah was absolutely obsessed with her boss. She was in love with him for a very long time, and a lot of the things that she did was to impress him. However, since obviously Fox is in the picture and she's kind of getting to know him on a friendship level, she's not interested in her boss anymore, but now he is interested in her. It's a very annoying thing to read, but I also love it because I love the two characters that it's kind of working out for. So yeah, I really, really love that. I don't like her boss too much because he's just never seemed interested before, and all of a sudden, now that she's kind of like not giving him the googly eyes all the time, he's all of a sudden like there. It's a little bit annoying. But yes, I am really enjoying it. I think I am leaning more towards a 3 star, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not somebody who does half stars or like 3/4 stars or anything, because on Goodreads it has to be an even amount. So I'm gonna do a 3 or a 4, I feel, but I think I'm leaning more towards a 3. I'm hoping it gets a little bit better, but it is good. It's just not my absolute favorite book I've read. So I'm comparing it to a lot that I've read over the past year, and it's just not gripping me as much. It's just like a nice, fluffy romance. So I have just finished Hook, Line and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. I gave this one a 3 star. Now, I feel like when I read It Happened One Summer, I was really only just getting into reading, and I'm not gonna lie, I was throwing 5-star reviews out left, right and centre. I didn't really have much to compare it to. So I think I gave the first book a 5 star, which going back on it, I probably would have given it a 4 if not a 3. But this one I gave a 3. I did really enjoy it. I liked the characters. They weren't necessarily my ride or die to like a couple. I don't know, I didn't really love them that much as a couple. I also found that there was a good amount of spice, but not until over halfway, which was just a little bit long for me to get to the good part, if you know what I mean. But it was really good. Again, I liked it. The overall kind of concept of the story, I guess there is a slight like 3rd act breakup kind of situation, but it's one of those things that happen and you're kind of like the purpose of that is completely pointless. Like, it didn't need to be there. So I didn't particularly like that part. I don't really know how much of this to explain to you without giving it away. So I think I'm just going to explain it very basic. As I've said, you've got Hannah, you've got Fox. Hannah is basically living with Fox because her work has gone to where he lives, and it's just easier for her to stay with him rather than get a hotel, which is bizarre to me because Hannah's parents have like millions and millions of dollars. So anyway, but that happens. It's like forced proximity. As I said, I did love this book it just wasn't like an ultimate fave. And I think if I was to read this on holiday where it was hot and it had that kind of vibe, I would have liked this a lot more. But reading it in October, the vibes just weren't there, and that was just completely my fault. So yeah, I gave this a 3-star overall. I will go into more detail about this in my reading wrap up for the month, but that is my thoughts, my quick thoughts and opinions. I liked it, I didn't love it, and now we're going to dive into book 2 of this challenge, which I'm so excited about. So for the second book in this video, I have decided to pick up The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas. I have had this book on my TBR. I could not tell you how long this has been on my TBR. I feel like it has been over a year and a half, maybe-ish. I don't know. I read the first book, which was The Spanish Love Deception, months and months ago, and I didn't love it. That one was more of a fake dating kind of vibe, whereas this one, I believe, again, is a forced proximity, best friend's cousin sort of vibe. So it's a similar kind of forced I can't get the words out, forced proximity vibe, which I didn't realise, so that's interesting. But yeah, I don't know if I'm excited about this one, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't love the first one, and so many people absolutely devoured the first one, so I'm interested about this one, I'm not gonna lie. You've got Lucas and Rosie, and Lucas is it Lena's cousin? Yeah, Lena's cousin from the first book, so he's from Spain, and then you've got Rosie, who is her best friend. That is essentially the situation. I don't know much about it, I haven't read the back, so I don't really know the vibes, but I am excited. I'm just a little bit nervous considering I didn't like the first one. So we're gonna dive into this book and see what it's about. So I'm a little while way through The American Roommate Experiment, and I just thought I would sit down now and go through what's been going on, my thoughts and opinions so far. And I have to say, I've been really enjoying it. It is definitely not a 5-star read. I feel like this isn't the sort of book I would really recommend to all my friends to read because I loved it that much. But it is a very good story. So you have Rosie and you have Lucas, and they end up being in a situation where they have to live together. I don't want to give you guys too much of a spoiler in case you want to read it and you don't want to know what's going to happen, but they end up having to live together. And Rosie is also a romance author, but she goes under a pen name, so nobody knows it's her, and she's writing a new book, but she's really struggling for inspiration and kind of getting the words out and everything like that. So Lucas offers to help her by fake dating her. So it's kind of like a fake dating, forced proximity kind of vibe. It is very good, very funny, very quick paced. It's about 400 pages, so it's not the shortest romance book ever, but it is very quick. And I've also been listening to it on my audiobooks as well, so it's been going very quickly. I'm really enjoying it, and that is kind of the situation. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it, but it is very good, it is very funny, and I do recommend it so far, but it's just not going to be a 5-star read, I can just tell. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go and have a bath, I'm gonna finish this book hopefully, and yeah, I'll let you guys know my final thoughts and opinions.
Heard it from a friend, she was in our bed, should've known better. Said it was the truth, she came onto you, yeah, but you let her. Knocked me over 10 feet forward. Never knew I could sleep alone good. I've never been better. You're probably out there somewhere missing me. Wish I had an ounce of sympathy. Yeah, I tell my friends that I wish you well, but the truth is, honey, that I hope it hurts like hell.
So I have now finished The American Roommate Experiment. I gave this one a 3-star, which I'm really pleased with. I think it was a really good book. It just wasn't my favourite. I have a lot of other romances that I much preferred over this one. I liked the characters. There was nothing I hated about this book. I think it was just I didn't connect very well to the universe and that kind of thing, so maybe that's why I didn't like it as much, but I did like it. I just didn't love it. Do you know what I mean? It just wasn't my favourite. As I said previously, this is a forced proximity, best friend's cousin vibe. It is very good. It was very funny. It kept me on my toes. I did really like it in that sense. in the romance sense. I just think I would have loved to have a few more plot twists and turns and stuff kind of keeping me going. It was also dual POV. I don't know whether I mentioned that before, but I liked the dual POV. I thought that was really cool. And because he was Spanish, there was also some Spanish thrown in, which was nice. I liked it. I would recommend it. It just wasn't my absolute favourite romance that I've ever read, if that makes sense. So that is book 2 done. I'm going to stop recording now and I'll come back to you when I pick my next read. I have absolutely loads to get through, so I'm not sure what I'm going to choose, but I will get back to you and let you guys know. So the next book I've decided to pick up for this little series is Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. I absolutely loved When in Rome. I really enjoyed it, so I don't know why I've kind of put off reading this. I am just really looking forward to it. So this book is basically about Annie, who is the sister of the boy in the first one, and then you've got Will Griffin, who is the bodyguard of the girl in the first one. And I have heard incredible things about this book, so I am really excited to diving into it. I'm not sure whether this is going to be just a 2-book series or whether there's going to be more, because I've heard that there are a few points in this book that kind of could lead to another book. So I don't know. I'm really excited either way. So let's dive into the next book in this video, and I can't wait. So let's go.
Kid again. Hard to swallow rainbow ice cream, knowing it's just vanilla flavored. You tell me that you'll be here when the summer starts to fade away. Cross my heart up to die, but I know that you can't be making any promises. You keep changing up your mind like spin the bottle, playing out at sea. All your problems, and I've been losing sleep 'cause you promised no take back.
So I thought I would do a quick intermission now and tell you a few thoughts and opinions on the book. So right off the bat, I thought I was going to absolutely hate Annie's character, because there's certain parts of the book where she'll say certain things like holy guacamole, holy potato, HE double hockey sticks, and that kind of thing. And I'm just like not about that at all. I don't know what it is. I just, when I read it, I cringe. Like, I think it's just an inner ick for me, and I just absolutely don't like it. However, I have learnt to enjoy that and kind of get over it, so that doesn't really bother me anymore. And I do just want to say that I absolutely love Will's character so much. He is definitely, it's definitely a grumpy sunshine, but he's almost like a secret golden retriever. Does that make sense? Like, he is so caring and thoughtful. He just doesn't want people to know he's caring and thoughtful. So I'm really enjoying it so far. They're really cute, and I can honestly say that this is kind of, I can see myself being addicted to this book. So I can't wait to continue. I just thought I'd update you guys, and that is my thoughts so far. So let's continue.
But I still can't read a vibe, 'cause my world is on fire, but we're saying we're doing fine. I never thought I'd make it here past 25. Ooh, but maybe I just overthinking and wasting time.
So we are a little more further into the book now, and there was a really cute scene that I absolutely just threw my feet about, and I absolutely loved it. And it was basically a scene where they were talking about Will's past and about his tattoos and his tattoo meanings and things. And there was a scene where he basically asked Annie what her favourite flowers were, and she said magnolias, and he has magnolia tattoos, and it was just so cute. I just absolutely love them. I think honestly they are one of my favourite book couples ever. Like, I just am really enjoying their banter and their kind of fake dating, training, whatever you want to call it. I am just living for it, and I absolutely love them so much. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's really hard for me to say too much without kind of spoiling that whole plot and everything, but essentially what's happening is Annie has asked Will to help her to fake date, train date, I suppose, and kind of get good and comfortable with going on dates and finding a husband. And Will is definitely against getting married. He's not into that serious relationship vibe. He kind of hops around working and lives for himself. However, I can really see him falling in love with Annie and sticking around a lot longer. So that is the sort of update so far, but I'm absolutely obsessed with this book. I love it so much. So I've just got to a point in the book where they are at a kind of little league game, like a baseball game I guess, and it is the funniest scene I have ever read. I'm honestly sat here laughing out loud at the situation, which I won't spoil if you've not read the books, or if you're planning on reading it, I don't want to spoil it, but it is so funny that I'm just giggling to myself. I absolutely love this book, and I can see this being a 5-star read. Like, it is so incredibly witty, funny. The banter is just honestly incredible, and I'm just loving it. So yeah, we are getting closer towards the end of the book, but I am just enjoying it so much. So yeah, I thought I'd update you guys, but I just can't stop giggling to myself. It's so good. So Only Me would set you guys up with a really cute background and then not press record and film the entirety of my thoughts and opinions on this book, and I just feel like I cannot bring myself to set that all back up. So we're just gonna sit here. I hope you guys don't mind, but we have got some pumpkins and a candle in the background to keep it very cozy and autumnal, so I hope you guys don't mind. But I basically have finished Practice Makes Perfect. This book honestly was incredible. I cannot recommend this series enough. It was so good. This was a 5-star read. I absolutely loved it, and essentially you've got Annie and Will. So Annie, as I've said, is the sister of the boy in the first one, and Will is the bodyguard of the girl in the first one. So essentially what happens is Annie in a way asks Will to be her dating coach. She's not very, I don't want to say not dateable, that's not what I mean. She's just not very confident on dates, so she's not comfortable going on dates and getting to know people, but she really wants to get married. So Will essentially is there to help her get comfortable, teach her a few things and that kind of thing. And obviously romances do blossom out of nowhere, things start to happen, and I just absolutely love their bond, their banter, their friendship so much. It was so fun to read, so quick, like fast paced. I absolutely love this book so much, and I'm so gutted that there's no more in the series. I really could see there being more books in this series, especially because a lot of the character progressions through this book definitely could be made into other books of their own. So I'd love to know if more are going to come out, because this was just so enjoyable. I absolutely loved it, and I cannot recommend it enough. So if you are contemplating reading this series, it's a 2-book series. It's so easy to go through, and I absolutely loved it. So it was a 5-star read. I recommend it highly, and let's dive on to the next one. So now we are diving in to the 4th and final book in this vlog. I would love to know down below as well, do you want to see this as a series? Because I have had so much fun filming and editing this video, so I would love to know down below. And also, I do just want to address the elephant in the room. I have had my hair done. It has been chopped in half. It has been dyed. We are going for a more natural vibe, apart from this blonde in my fringe, which obviously when it's down it kind of highlights my face. Anyway, yeah, today's book, I am so incredibly excited because I just know that I'm gonna love this book. The first book I read in my 24-hour reading vlog, and I absolutely devoured it, and I'm so excited for this. So in today's video we are going to be going through The Housemaid's Secret by Freida McFadden. If you haven't read the first one, it is the most incredible thriller book I have ever read. I loved it so much. The kind of plot twists, the kind of, it just makes you think, and I feel like you never really know what's going to happen at the end, and that is why I absolutely loved that book. And I have so much, my expectations are very high for this book. I have a feeling I'm going to absolutely love it. The only thing I hate is the covers, like they're not my favourite, but I'm just so excited. So this one is about Millie, who was in the first one, and I believe she is again sort of cleaning for another family, and things start to go a little bit crazy. So I can't wait to dive in, so let's go. I am so excited, and again it's only just over 300 pages, so easily done. Let's go. So So far this has given me complete Verity vibes. We've got Douglas and Wendy, and I don't know which one of them is absolutely insane. Something isn't quite right, and I just don't know if it's going to be the man who you're kind of led to believe isn't crazy, or is it going to be the woman? I just can't work it out, because now the man is giving like abusive vibes. But is that a trick? I don't know. It's just so good, but it is messing with my brain. So that is where we're at with this. I'm really enjoying it. I absolutely love a book that has me constantly thinking and like not knowing what's going to happen next. So we are going to continue, but I am obsessed with this book. I am really enjoying it. So let's give it another go. Let's keep going. And I just feel like I'm going to whiz through this. I'm just obsessed with it. Believe what I've just read. Also, while I remember, if you guys ever want me to do a reading vlog where I go through it and completely like it's a spoiler zone, let me know, because sometimes I think that's really fun to watch, especially if I've already read the book. I find them really funny to watch. So yeah, let me know if there's any books where you want to kind of see my spoilers, because I'd love to know, but I just cannot believe what I've just read. So I have just finished The Housemaid's Secret, and I thought I would sit down and share with you guys my thoughts, opinions, my overall star rating, and honestly, I am obsessed with this book. This was a 5-star read. It was just so good. I can't tell you how much I love this book. It was so clever, so twisted. The plot twists, I did not see any of them coming. So a brief synopsis without spoiling it. You basically have Millie, who is in the first book, and she is going to another house to clean, and then you've got Douglas and Wendy, and Wendy is a bit of a mystery person. Like, you don't really see a lot of Wendy, especially in the first half. She sort of sticks to her bedroom. She is somewhat ill. As Douglas says, he takes her dinner. Like, Millie doesn't see her at all, really. And then Douglas has I don't really know how to describe him. He's almost got like a very bipolar attitude. Like, he's one minute he's absolutely fine, really nice, really calm, and then the next minute he's like snapping at Millie, and it's like a really weird kind of situation. It all makes so much sense when you read the different POVs in this book. It honestly had me by a chokehold, and I could not put it down. As I said, it was a 5-star read. I loved this so much, and if you guys have read any Frida McFadden books and you know of any that you really enjoyed, please let me know down below, because I'd love to dive into more of her books and just read some more, because I absolutely loved this so much. So yeah, 5-star read, incredible. I don't want to tell you guys anything that happens, because I truly think going into these books blind was the best thing I did. I had no idea what to expect, and I just loved it. Obviously the first page, I mean, it literally says, tonight I'm gonna get murdered. Like, it just draws you in from the get-go, and I loved it. It was incredible, amazing. I just highly recommend them. If you love a thriller, you hopefully would really love these. So that is everything for today's video. I really hope you guys did enjoy, and I would love to know down below, have you read any of these books, what your thoughts were on these books, and also, do you guys want to see another episode of me finishing my current series? Because I would love to know, and I had a really great time filming it. So yes, that is everything. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you do, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.